In our shop, the fabrication department has a lot of tools, but we always are looking for things to add to it. And when we need to do that, the first place we go is Mittler Brothers. So I met with Brian today to learn what's new and what we can add to the shop, and I'm sure the guys back home are going to be real happy about this. Brian, tell me about these bead rolls, because that's one of our favorite things to do.
Absolutely. So we've been very fortunate this year. We've partnered with Lazze from Lazze Metal Shaping. He's kind of a well-known metal fabricator. Been around many years. So we worked a deal with him. We were able to offer his bead roll profiles to fit our machine. It's been something that we've been asked for many years.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. A lot of people take his metal shaping class and things like that,
Yep.
and they say, "Man, we already have a Mittler Brothers bead roller, but his roll profiles won't fit on our machine."
Okay.
So it just was a great partnership for Lazze and for us.
Yes.
So he's able to teach the classes and show everybody how to use the rolls.
Okay.
And then if they already have one of our machines or they want to buy one of our machines, they can buy his rolls to fit our machine.
And do you have all of his dies, or are there only certain ones you're carrying?
We're going to carry. He has 30 plus available, 30
Okay.
plus styles.
Okay.
We're still ramping up, but we are going to have every one of them. So.
Wow, that's exciting. Great,
Yes,
good.
yes, there's
Love
a
it.
lot. So we got a small selection here of the ones we're making right away.
Okay.
The other ones we're going to get going here in the near future. So.
And what's the feedback on the show so far on the dies?
The show has been great. We actually just had a gentleman here not too long ago who was very excited we were offering these rolls.
Yeah.
He had taken the Lazze metal shaping class. He was very excited that we had rolls to fit his Mittler Brothers machine.
Right.
So he was going to be back tomorrow. I think he said he wanted to buy every one of them. So
Nice.
He was very excited.
So tell me about the transition between the dies you usually sold and these. Is there a coupler or fitting or some complex situation, or pretty simple?
It's pretty simple, but you want to have the adjustable upper shaft.
Okay.
At least the adjustable upper shaft. It work with the machine. Obviously has double adjustable shafts as well.
Okay.
But a lot of his roll profiles require offsetting of the rolls.
Yep.
So you'll definitely want to have the adjustable upper shaft.
And I saw the table on your bead roller that you brought here. Is that also very helpful and workable with his dies?
The table is great for any dies.
Okay.
So any sort of bead rolling work, it's just nice to have a nice support for your metal.
Right.
If you're doing curved pieces, it's also nice it will fold out of the way. So.
Okay, great. What else do you have?
Well, the other things we have new, this is a handheld shrinker stretcher.
Oh.
So this does great work. If you have stuff on your vehicle, you need to be able to shrink and stretch right on the car.
Right.
This is something you can walk right up to your wheel well or your window frame or anything where you're doing shrinking and stretching. You can walk right up and do it right on the vehicle. So.
Did you adapt a Rivet tool?
We
or
did.
Is this a 2-for-1
We did.
situation?
So no, it just worked out well. This was a handheld riveter. So we're able to adapt for the shrinker stretcher dies. So
Okay.
we're taking a current tool and turning
Yeah.
it into something that people were asking for. So
And again, how is it to change the dies out?
the dies are very simple. You just loosen these four screws on here,
Yep.
pull the dies out. Right now we got the shrinker in there. You can put the stretcher dies right in there, tighten those 4 screws, and you're ready to stretch.
That's fantastic.
Very simple.
What's the feedback from the show been on taking the tool to the car? That sounds like, why didn't we think of this years ago?
Exactly. It's one of those things. A lot of our tools that we design are feedback from customers. So they say, hey, I wish I had a tool that did this. I wish I had a tool that did that. So this is a prime example. People saying, hey, I wish I could shrink or stretch right on the vehicle.
Yeah.
Very difficult to do with this style.
Yes.
This works great for anything off of the car, but if you want to work on the car, this is a great solution for that.
That's awesome. What are the other cool things you brought today?
So another thing we brought to the show is one of our box and pan brakes. So we've made box and pan brakes for several years.
Yep.
We had some feedback. People wanted a shorter version.
Okay.
So we actually took our 4-foot one, cut it down to 2 foot.
Yeah.
For people who don't have a lot of space in their shop or don't need the additional footage, they can use this in their shop. With this being so small and being so stout, we also have the ability to put in a single upper finger and get an 1/8 inch capacity.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty rare in the sheet metal brake field, I guess I would say.
Right. I'm thinking
So-
this because we have the bigger one
Yep.
at our shop, and I know that often a lot of the fingers are taken out to make a very small thing.
Sure.
So this could be very handy for a lot of people.
Yes, yeah. What drove this was the aircraft industry, believe it or not. So,
Okay.
so we work a lot of different industries, not just the hot rod and racing industries like a lot of people know us for.
Right.
We sell tools to the aircraft industry as well.
Okay.
So they came to us and said, hey, we love your brake. We just don't need it that wide.
Okay.
We do a lot of small stuff. We want all those features, just not such a big package.
Right.
So therefore, we launched a 2-foot version of our 4-foot.
I feel like if people knew what this did, they might think it's just a brake. But can you go over more of maybe some samplings of things that you would recommend, or maybe the automotive or the air are using this to make? What are
Sure.
some things that
So
it's capable of.
a lot of interior cockpit panels, stuff like that in the aircraft's what they're using it for. The nice thing about this is any sort of box and pan work, as well as bending up flanges in the center of panels. So if we have a rectangle and then it also has a rectangle cut out of the center of it, but we want to bend the flanges up internally, we can do that with this brake.
Right.
A lot of other finger brakes on the market, you can't do that. But with this brake here, we have the ability to remove not only these fingers or these fingers, but the bed fingers we can slide around to get gaps in between the fingers so we can actually bend the metal up in between here. So that's something you don't see on any of our competitors' finger brakes.
And that makes it very easy to work with and,
Yes.
and more creative.
Very versatile. It's a very versatile machine. So.
Yeah. And we use it a lot, like you're saying, for smaller things,
Yep.
Making brackets, especially in the engine bay.
Sure, yep.
Smaller pieces to hold other things that we want to be creative with the angles, or you just have to make it out of thin air because
Absolutely,
it's never
yep.
fit in that car before.
Yep.
So this gets used a lot in our shop. Definitely.
Fantastic. Glad to hear it.
Well, we appreciate your time and showing us all the new stuff. We're really excited about getting some of that in the shop.
Absolutely.
And we hope you have a great SEMA. Thank you for your
Appreciate
time.
you coming by. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.